Okay, let's double check all the volumes working. Yep. Okay, lovely guys. Welcome to LPB Racing, and these are some races again from our archive. This is a MX5 race from again from quite a while ago, from a good year and a half ago, I think. So let's dig into this then. So again, welcome to LPB Racing. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, and when the VOD comes out on other platforms, don't forget to do the usual stuff on there. But let's have a go at this then. So this was from a while ago. This is one of our MX5 races. Before we start, let me just quickly put the info on screen so we can see, and I'll keep the names off for now so we can see on the left hand side anyway. And lovely. So let's dive into the grid for this one. So we've got, this is back when Woo Woo was racing. Woo Woo in the everyone in a Mazda. So there's Woo Woo on pole. Let's have a look at the car. There he is. It's a bit dark, so we can't really see. Then we've got MGR alongside, and then we've got Keith 56. We've got TY in fourth. Then we've got Neil Farmack, and then we've got Bidster, Tim, and Love Rocket Rods, and Hugh at the back, which is Josh. So we obviously can't alter the nicknames on here, so if I call someone by a different name, you'll hopefully get used to it, but we'll see how we go. So let's crack on then. And I think we're doing a formation. Yeah, we're doing a formation lap, so a few people stood still, and we're on a formation lap, so I'm going to let that roll, but I didn't know, because these are from that long ago. I can't remember what happened. So yeah, we're on comfort soft tyres, so it looks like a lot of sliding round for people. But yeah, so it'll be so forget all that I said at the start. Let's start the grid again. So it's going to be MGR on pole position, TY right behind him. Then we've got Rocket Rods in third, Tim in fourth. Then we've got Keith in fifth. So if you come round, let's have a look at some of the liveries on the cars. Playing red one, playing white, playing. I don't think some of the liveries are loading on my. Lots of people. I know, yeah, they are loading. We've just got a few people at the front of the playing cars, so a few of them are either not loading properly, or they are not there at all. So lots of people sliding around on this formation lap, I think. We're about to get into line to start the race. It's at Alsis test course, so it's the little course at Alsis. I think we're either doing a rolling start or it's going to be a standing start. I can't remember which one it was. Again. This was a while ago. This was about a year and a half ago. So we are trying to keep tyre temps up on the comfort soft tyres, which is basically just like a standard road tyre. A little bit slippery, and I think looking at what we're doing here, we're going for a standing start. We're just going to get in the grid positions. This was back when Gran Turismo, before all the updates. I mean, this was about a good year and a half ago. So this was when there was an issue with the actual grid starts, where people would actually freeze on the grid, or if you had a bit of a dipping connection, you'd freeze on the grid. You wouldn't be able to move off the line at all. So this is why we're doing this. So everyone's lined up. So we'll get the go on the. There'll be a party chat with the go, and they'll all hear it at the same time. And there we go, we are off, and it's a good start from MGR, bit of a slow one for Rod. He's got Tim coming along beside him there, into the tight hairpin turn one. And again, you can see the steppy lag from back in the day on GT7. Nowadays it's a lot better, but yeah, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, it's still not too bad. It's still not too great nowadays, but it's better than it was. But we love GT7, we love the Gran Turismo. So we're 3 wide, then round the right-hander down the hill into the bottom, into the dip, over the curb. Some cars running wider. One car's gone off and hit the wall. There's sparks flying at the back, and Hugh has gone off there. Hugh's gone off into the wall, and sparks everywhere, and he's gone off. So he's off and round, and now Tim working his way on the inside of TY. We've got cars everywhere. We've got 3-4 wide in the middle of the pack, sliding everywhere on these Comfort Soft tyres. Cars on the grass turned into lawnmowers. That's TY turning himself into a lawnmower there in 7th place. So, and Bidster then making it 3 wide, 3 Mazdas wide into turn 1, and Keith gets through. I'm just going to put the names on actually, because in the dark it's pretty hard to see. We've got a car off there. That's Tim. Tim's gone off. Just sliding out the corner. Too much power with these road-going tyres. We're 4 wide now. 4 wide into the long downhill hairpin. As Bidster's on the inside of everyone, trying to keep out of the way, and contact between Woo Woo and someone else. I think that's Neil Farmack, who got pushed out there. Bidster's run wide now, and now Woo Woo and Keith have gone through. Bidster down, trying to go. He got up to almost 3rd. Now he's down to 4th again. I think having the names on does help to identify which car's which. There goes Bids in 4th position. Keith just ahead of him. Flashes the light from Bids just to say hello, I'm still here. Keith defends the inside very nicely there. Bids is trying to look around the outside. There's no way through, and Keith and him both run wide there with the tyres, and TY goes wide again, and Love Rocket Rods goes through. Hugh still at the back. Fast lap of the race though, but obviously fell to the back after that little incident earlier. Woo Woo takes the lead down. Woo Woo in the lead from MGR. Keith in 3rd, Neil Farmack in 4th, Bidster 5th. So Neil Farmack's moved ahead of Bidster there. Neil Farmack into 4th place ahead of Bids. Go into the long last corner. Nicely banked. Cars sliding everywhere. Keith runs a bit wide there. Apologies if you can hear any barking in the background. My dog is going absolutely mad today. Barking at everyone that knows past the window. So, Keith in 3rd, then under pressure from Neil Farmack, having a little look to the inside, no way through, and then Keith again close up on MGR. MGR's losing contact with Woo Woo. He's sort of pulling away, and now MGR's got everyone else behind him trying to get 2nd place. As we move up the hill, Bidster then alongside Neil Farmack to the inside line, and he's trying to get through there. Neil Farmack holds the outside line, inside for the next corner, but he's going to go wide. Oh, Keith goes wide, and Neil goes with him, and Bidster goes straight through the middle of everyone. Brilliant move there from Bids. Let's just have another. We've got to have another look at that. Let's have another. Let's look on board with Bids here. We're on board with Bids on the inside of Neil Farmack. There's Neil on the left-hand side. And we go through here. Keith and Neil can both hit the curb, run wide. MGR slides, and Bids just goes straight through the middle. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a nice day, says Bids there. Let's get back to the outside camera. Sorry about that. There we go. Absolutely brilliant move there from Bids. Well, I think more luck than judgment, but still, you've got to be there to take it. So Bidster moves in the 2nd. Now Keith trying to get through and past MGR. There's a bit of a slide and a bit of a hip and a shoulder, and MGR loses positions there. Keith goes through. I think MGR just had a little slide, and Keith just didn't have anywhere to go, but he was quite close to him anyway. But MGR loses out, then goes from 2nd down to 5th in the space of almost a lap. Last time round I was in 2nd, now I'm in 5th. What's happening? But yeah, that's the positions for now. And further back we've got Love Rocket Rods and Tim there, quite close together, and then Hugh has passed TY. TY's had a few bad laps. I think lap 4, 107, that was a bad lap. Usually it's about a minute a lap round here. So Hugh doing a good job there. Josh is the Hugh G and the other word. I'm not going to put them all together because I don't get myself caught out there. But we've got Rods together with Tim. Rodders, one of our German racers in 6th place. Tim, our resident German racer, in 7th place there, still battling it out for 6th. Meanwhile, over the line, it is still Woo Woo in the lead, 58.9, fastest lap of the race for Woo Woo. Trying to pull away from Bidster in 2nd place. Keith in 3rd place, holding on to a very good 3rd place. Keith obviously quite liking these Mazdas, a bit more slippy slidey. car. Into the hairpin. We've got two cars side by side. We've got Tim and Rodders side by side. Tim goes through and Rodders goes that wide. I thought he was going to a different off the edge of the track there, but Tim goes through, hits the curb, too wide. He's all right. Oh, MGR's had a moment at the bottom of the hill. He's slowed right up there, and he's gone right back into the hands of Tim now. And then we've got Josh and Rod's closing up as well. So Hugh is back in this. Hugh G is back in this. Very good play on words there for number 6 driver, number 6th place driver, shall I say. Into 6th place he goes. So no change. Oh, we have got a change near the front. Keith and Neil battling out for 3rd place. Neil looks like he's got past Keith, but Keith is not letting this go without a fight. Quickly further back behind, I think he's got no change there. But Keith on the inside, trying to hold the inside to keep his 3rd place. Right up on the inside curb, almost climbing the curbs on the inside. Now Neil's got the inside for the left-hander. And Neil holds position. Neil gets it. Well done to Mr. Neil Farmack, who holds on to the position. Now let's how. Oh, sorry, he gets the position because Keith's trying to hold on to it. There is Tim and Hugh now. Go around one, the drink there. There's Tim and Hugh together. Keith and Neil still battling. Keith's not letting this go. He does not want to let Neil Farmack get away here. He wants that podium. So does Neil Farmack. So we'll have to battle out for it. Battle out for it, boys. Get those elbows out. Meanwhile, still the same order at the front. 59.2s for Woo Woo average, and 59 again, 59.4 and 59.1 for Bid. So both probably averaging out at the same minute, so keep an eye on that as the race goes on. Some side by side action in the background, Tim and Hugh. So Josh moving up. The more you watch LPB racing, the more you'll get to know the drivers that we have, our regular drivers, and some that just make it every so often. Hugh and Tim still together. These Mazdas very good cars to drive, and quite easy cars to drive. Obviously with the Comfort soft tyres, they can get a little bit more of a challenge. But well, why not have a little bit of a challenge? Why not? As Josh goes wide into the exit of turn 1, but Tim not able to get quite alongside yet. As looks like they've had a sort of a very big slide from Rods there, and. MGR in 8th place, he's gone backwards. He's had on lap 8 at a 1:14.1, so not a good thing there for him. And TY just again on lap 6, he had a big, looks like he had a spin of some sort as well, so he's dropped right off the order. Closest back on track at the minute, looks like Hugh and Tim, and then also we've got Keith and Neil. Keith is still not letting Neil Farmer get away with this. He's still trying to stick to the back of that Mazda. Neil's pulled a tiny gap, but not too much. So the last few laps of this race, you have to see if we can close up on lap 11 of 16. Obviously the formation lap, so that's lap 10 of a 15-lap race, but yeah, so see that readings that what you will. Let's look at the lap times at the front then. Woo Woo 59.3, 58.8 on lap 9. So again, putting his foot down, and Bids are still averaging the 59.2s, 59.3. So Woo Woo still managing to pull away at the front and doing a good job at the front of the field. Bidster 2nd place, Neil Farmack 3rd. Keith is still trying to catch up to him. He's done his personal best. He's in the 59.7 region now. He's win personal best again. So he's making Neil Farmack push for it. Let's watch as we go across the line, and let's have a look at these lap times as we go across the line. Neil Farmack there through the shot, across the line now, and it is a 59.259 for Neil. That is his fastest lap of the race, and a 59.9 for Keith. So just losing a bit of time there to Neil, getting his foot down a bit. So Josh Hugh made himself way back up to 5th place after having the off at the first lap. Oh, we've got a car round in the background. Oh, that's MGR. MGR's gone round of the exit of the dip. And he's now getting blue flags. Woo Woo laps him, and Bidster is not too far behind, but he's not going to need to worry about that just yet. Woo Woo goes through, front of the field. So any of the battles on track at the moment, I think we're just a little bit more, got to the point where it's just a bit more spread out, but we could end up piling back together for near the end of the race. You never know what's going to happen in motorsport. Woo Woo goes through a 1 minute last time round, but he did have to lap the other car and probably just a little slide somewhere. Again, Bidster keeping it very consistent there, 59s down the board, all within a few tenths of each other apart from lap 11, but still not too bad there. And now he's catching up to the back of MGR to lap him. Bids down the hill. MGR takes a narrower line there, that's not going to help him on the way out the corner. He moves out the way of Bids anyway, so good on him. Lets Bids go through. And Bids gives him a little flash of the hazard saying thank you very much. And through he goes. So still Woo Woo leads this race then from Bidster in 2nd place. Neil Farmack is on the podium in 3rd place. Then Keith is still not far behind him in 4th, but his personal best again. 59.4 for Keith last time, but 59.0 for Neil Farmack. So whatever Keith does, Neil Farmack just tries to do one better. 59.4 last time round, 59.8 for Keith, so they have a push lap and then a slow down lap. Still trying to keep with each other. And we've got to watch out for Hugh catching up to Keith, because Hugh's done a 59.1, Keith a 59.8. So 0.8 for Keith and a 0.1 for Hugh. So another few laps, he could be on his tail, so he's got to watch out for that. He does not want to lose another position. Oh, down the hill, MGR's got all sorts of sideways on there, and I think he's held it, but again, not having a good time. MGR is sliding all over the place. Keith goes through, and he moves to the other side, and I think he's going to let the Hugh go through as well. And then, okay, oh, we've got a car off. Who's that? Oh, it's TY. TY's gone round on the exit of the last corner. He's backwards, and oh, now it's reset him, and he's pulled to one side, and letting everyone else go through, but not a good race for TY. TY and MGR, a race to forget for them. But that could be a close battle between them two on the last few laps. He says out lap for TY, so he must have accidentally gone in the pits or something. But everyone gets past without issue. Tim was on the grass a bit there though, and TY is going to try and go through now. He lifts off and just stays behind Tim. So still the same gap at the front. Woo Woo leads the race, lap 15 of 16 here. Bidster 2nd, Neil Farmack 3rd. 4th for Keith, and Hugh still trying to close, but the last lap times were more or less the same. So he needs to pull something out of the bag here if he wants a 4th place, but all Keith's got to do is just keep it clean, keep it nice and smooth, and he'll be fine. So on to the last lap then. Bidster into turn 1, Woo Woo out of turn 1. Just going to double check the sound on the stream, make sure it's coming through okay. Not sure if that's too quiet for all of you, but it's alright, yeah, it's fine, just double checking that's it, that's fine, so we're good. So Woo Woo comes out last. Oh, we've got a car off in the background, I think that's turn 1. Well, that's MGR and TY having a little battle there. MGR and TY having a little battle. Let's go back and have a look at what happened here. So, they're not too close actually. So MGR looks like he had a mistake into the last corner. Let's have a look at this. He goes on. Oh, he's hit the brakes as he was sort of turning into the left, and the car didn't like it. It was near the grass and the white line as well, so that's not helped. And he rejoins the track, but TY has got ahead of him now on this last lap. And coming around the last corner, brilliant race for Woo Woo. He's going to take victory here in this Mazda MX-5 race. Flash the lights, he's a happy boy. Woo Woo wins at Alsace Test Course in the MX-5s. Well done to Woo Woo. Epic race there from him. Bidster a solid second. Good second place for Bids. He's happy with that. Neil Farmack in third. Was a bit towards the end, but not too much. Keith holds on for a good fourth place. Hugh recovers to fifth after the first lap drama. Tim, sixth place for Tim. Love Rocket Rods. Oh, he's paused, so he's had something happened between MGR and TY. They're on their last lap, and something's happened because they got lapped. So Rodders will finish in seventh. But what's happened here? Let's piece this together. TY goes round the corner. Oh, he runs wide, hits the white line and hits the grass, slides. MGR just avoids him, and MGR will go through and take an 8th place, and TY will have a miserable 9th, and not a good race for him. And obviously Rods is a lap ahead of them, but he's on pause anyway, so he will get 7th place. MGR 8th, TY will finish in 9th. So guys, that was the MX-5 race from Alsace Test Course. Hope you all enjoyed that one. So let's go back out of that one. And we'll get rid of that replay to make some more room, because I have no room in my stuff. So let's my items, replays, and let's go down. We've got lots of replays to get through at some point, so I'll have to do some more streams. So that was Alsace Test Course, so we can get rid of that one now, because we've just watched that one. And then we can go on to Daytona, another MX-5 race, and it's at night as well. So there's a theme to this. There's a definite theme to this. So, okay, let's have a look at this one then. So it's the same people from the last one. You know who they are and what's happening and everything. So let's turn on the display. Let's keep the driver names on, and let's. So the grid was already pre-done. So just reading it out to everyone. Just get the order. So we'll figure out what the order is going to be in a minute. So cars going onto the formation. So let's just fast forward a little bit onto the formation lap once we've got everything sorted. So let's just fast forward a tiny bit, wait for everyone to catch up. So looks like it's Tim on pole from Rodders in second, Hugh G in third. Let's just make sure let's go to the start with all lined up, because we've got two cars at the back that are trying to catch up. Yep, so it'll be Tim from Rods, MGR and Hugh G on the second row. We've got TY and Keith on the third row. Fourth row is Neil Farmack and Bids, and then we've got Woo Woo at the back, so it looks like it's in reverse order from the last race, more or less, or from another race. So here we go for the start of the race then, here at Daytona. Oh, everyone's going a bit out of pack there. MGR gets a bit of a try to preempt the start and nudges a few people, and not really what you're supposed to do there, MGR, but that is how it went anyway. And so onto the inside of the track. Oh, TY's on the too far to the inside of the track. He's what's happened to TY there? Let's just have another look at that. TY goes into turn one. Oh, massive slide from the rear end, ends up almost in the pit lane wall, and then he does end up in the pit lane wall. Bless him. So that's not a good start for TY at all. Not a good start at all. Neil and Keith side by side. Back to the front, Hugh and Tim battling out for the position. Hugh in the purple car, the anime girl on the side in the lead now. Takes the lead from Tim, just slides in front. Tim, Rods and MGR together as the pack come down through the infield to one of the horseshoe corners, as it's called. I don't know which one's exactly which. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I've watched racing Daytona, but one of the horseshoes. Oh, MGR's a massive slide on these Comfort Soft tyres and holds it, but Bids is now right behind him. Still Hugh in the lead. Tim, Rods and Bids are up the inside of MGR, and there's a little sniff at Rodders as well. I don't think he could stop there, and he does lift off and let Rodders go. I think he should do at least, because otherwise that's going to be a bit of bullying there. As we now go 4 wide on the straight. Yeah, Bids is lifting off and letting Rodders go, so that's good of Bids to do that, but we are 3 wide in front of that. Woo Woo's in the wall. Come on, fellas, we can run them 3 wide here, can't we? Come on, boys. We've got mirrors for a reason. But yeah, the lag's probably not helping. The little stepping of lag that's not helping these servers from about a year and a half ago. But we're still 3 wide, coming down towards the Le Mans chicane. I know what this one's called. Down to the Le Mans chicane we go, and MGR is in the middle, and he's going to go into the 3rd place. So Woo down to 4th, Rodders 5th, Neil 6th, Bids right behind him, all together. The IMSA MX5 race is a really good round here. So much good racing from them in a real life series. MGR makes a mistake out of the Le Mans chicane though, and that's ruined his momentum completely, as Keith's going to come through now as well. Still, oh, Neil Farmack's got a penalty coming. Has anyone else got a penalty coming? No, Hugh and Tim are safe. They are still at the front and battling out for the lead. Neil Farmack's keeping to one side because it's going to slow him down now for a penalty. That Le Mans chicane, awful for penalties. Back in the day, right now, we actually have the penalties turned off. But back in the day, we had them on foolishly, and it used to ruin some of the races. So Tim and Hugh into turn 1, and Hugh goes wide. Josh goes wide there, and yep, rejoins, but Tim, he lets Tim through for an easy first place. And now further back, these guys still can't get rid of each other. Keith, MGR, and Neil, and everyone into the International Horseshoe, and MGR sliding his way on the inside of Keith. Again, not a bad job there from all drivers, giving each other racing room. Still Keith and MGR side by side. We're watching the action here. MGR tries to run it around the outside to get the inside for the next hairpin. He's going to have a look. Yes, he is. He's going to dive down the inside. Keith gives him the room, and not able to do it. Keith holds position around the outside, uses the momentum, and holds position. Bids it on the back of Woo Woo, and together in the 3rd and 4th. And still in the lead is Tim from Hugh after that mistake at turn 1. And Woo Woo and Bid still together, then Rods, and then Keith ahead of MGR with Neil on the back, and TY again not having a good race after the not a good race in the last one that we've just seen as well on this stream, but also now in that incident at turn 1 where he almost made friends. Well, he did actually make friends with the pit entrance wall, but sorry, the pit exit wall, should I say. Bids from Woo Woo running together, Tim and Hugh together as well, down towards the Le Mans chicane. Let's have a look at the Woo Woo and Bidster battle here. Cars squirming their way into the corner, full suspension travel as they go out the corner now. Got to be careful of track limits on the way out because it's very, very strict on this track. And Bidster gets one. Yep, Bidster gets one, so that's going to make him fall from behind Woo Woo. He's going to use the draft anyway to try and get as much speed as he can. Go up the banking to then come down the banking to try and get a run on Woo Woo. But also, the more run he gets, the less time he's going to lose. It makes his car stop. You see the nose pivot down there and go again, and that's lost him some time. Let's have a look at what the gap. Yep, you can see there the gap. He's lost him quite a bit of time there. So let's go to the outside camera again. Meanwhile, into turn 1, Hugh has got Tim. So this time Hugh gets the braking point right and goes into the lead, and Tim falls down to 2nd place. Woo Woo and Bids are still in the same positions there, and then meanwhile Keith and MGR and Neil are in a right tussle here, and who's that ahead? Rodders as well. So all 4 of these drivers having a brilliant battle for 5th place. Rods still ahead, Keith a bit deep into the corner, slides the car sideways a little bit. Neil and MGR making it 3 wide again. Every time MGR's involved, it ends up with someone going 3 wide. It's brilliant. Through the little kink on the infield section. Neil Farmack trying to crawl into the boot of Rodden's car ahead. Bids has got past Woo Woo, so I don't know if there was a mistake from Woo Woo there. Let's have a little look at that while we look at this other battle. Oh, he's got through there, so it must have been a bit further back, and a bit further back from that. Oh no, he got a good run out of turn 1, and side by Woo Woo gives him the squeeze. Bids says, I'm not phased, I'm up the inside, and 2 wide, gets the position, and as we saw from the other camera, he holds it as well. So back to the other battle that was coming into this kink and into the 2nd horseshoe. Rodders ahead of Neil Farmack. Neil Farmack, like I said before, trying to crawl into the boot of that MX5. And round we go. Rodders. Oh, it was a bit wide. MGR and Keith still together. 2 wide and 2 wide down to the little 90-degree left onto the straight. Neil Farmack goes ahead. Rodders lets him go. MGR gets ahead of Keith as well. now the drafting begins. On the banking now. All the cars still together. Just have a quick drink while we watch this. Keep the voice working. So, all four together. Still got Hugh G there from Tim. There you can see there Bidster and Woo Woo, and then everybody else battling for fifth. Rodders has got he's got 3 cars behind him that he can't seem to shake. Neil Farmack goes to, sliding through the corner onto the grass. I think he was on the inside going in, he loses momentum and rejoins, and if that gives him a penalty, which GT7 it might do, for losing control of his car, but no, it's actually been nice for a change, so let it off. Anyone else with a penalty before we get to the line? Hugh, no. Tim, no. Bidster again, yes. So Bidster's not liking the exit of the Le Mans chicane, and he's going to lose more time there. There we go. There goes Woo Woo, a free pass on Bids after the penalty. Again there for Bids. He needs to watch the exit of that chicane. He'll be spitting feathers in that helmet. As there goes Rods and MGR. MGR goes below the double yellow line, which is not allowed. So that'll have been looked at after the race probably. Oh, he goes wide into turn 1 anyway, and Rodders goes up the inside. Both cars sliding the way through, absolutely on the edge of grip of the tyres. But MGR hold position. Now to me that was below the double yellow line, which is not allowed. So that'll have probably been looked at after the race. But again, this was from quite a while ago, so I'll probably not have the notes on that. But MGR, big slide there, and Rodders gets ahead, so that's kind of karma for the crossing the double yellow line. Rodders and Keith side by side into the little kink, up to the second horseshoe, onto the brakes. MGR almost, I thought we were going to hit the back of Keith then. He had to sort of avoid as he was on the brakes. It's darting, changing direction and all sorts, so quite aggressive driving there from MGR. Rodders still trying to keep up with Keith, but not Keith, just gets the position, gets ahead. Into the corner, onto the oval now, as Rodders hits the brakes. MGR trying to crawl all over the back of that car. In fact, he's trying to jump into Rodders' car. Neil goes up through the inside now after MGR slides it on acceleration, and nothing he could do there. So that double yellow line, you're not supposed to go lower than that. That is the limit of the track. Obviously, that indicates the oval, and going down below that is quite dangerous, can unstable the car as well. So, let's have a look at the chicane then. Hugh goes through, very nicely, neatly through there. There's Tim, Woo Woo, and let's have a look at Bids to see if he improves his line this time, doesn't get a penalty. That looks as clean as you like through there, so it looks like it might be alright. Let's have a check, see if anyone got one. No, Hugh's not got one. Tim, no. Woo Woo, no. And this time Bids, no, so we can actually close up. Meanwhile, everyone else into that chicane, and Keith's still in the front of this battle, but Neil Farmack now looks like he's made positions up and is now alongside, there he is, he's alongside Keith. Lap 5 of 7 here at Daytona. Everyone into the draft. It is a drafting battle down towards the first corner. Meanwhile, at the first corner, it's a bit more spread out at the front. Hugh with a decent gap from Tim, and then he's got a decent gap from Woo Woo, who's got a smaller gap from Bids, closing up. Just needs to watch the penalties and he might be able to get a bit closer. But everyone else into turn 1, and Rodders, kaboom, hits Keith, spins him round. Let's get a bit more of a closer look at that and see what happened as we look on board. Sorry, let me just go back a bit, so that was a bit too far. Let's have a look at Rodders. So he's got the MGR alongside him on the right. Now we'll be braking into turn 1, and he brakes, the car slides, he has to one throttle to straighten it up, and then there's just a little tap from MGR as he straightens the car up, and then he hits him into Keith. So a bit messy, but not particularly anyone's fault. Rodders got a bit sideways, trying to recover it, and then MGR gives him a little tap because he's trying to avoid him as well, and Keith is the unlucky bystander in that, but Keith still manages to keep 7th place. But it spread the battle out a little bit now, unfortunately, but you never know, could close up later on. But we've still got a decent battle here, we've got a good battle for 3rd between Woo Woo and Bidster. A little drink. Yeah, Woo Woo holds third for now. To the straight. Bidster will be in the draft. Hugh still with a good lead here. 25.606, fastest lap of the race, and lapping quite decently to that as well on lap 5. Tim with 26 and the 27, 226s for Woo Woo, and 26 and the 25 for Bids. So Bids on the move, but getting closing up is one thing, passing is quite another. Great Murray Walker said, catching up is one thing, passing is quite another. And it is so true, that statement. So it's one thing to drive a car fast, it's one other thing to race a car and try and get past another car. It's a whole different ball game. So further back there, MGR runs very wide, and that's definitely going to be a corner cut for MGR. If that's not a corner cut, I don't know what will be. That was the Le Mans half of chicane. Oh, as Keith was off. Oh, Keith's off into the wall. But MGR did not get a penalty for that. So this game is, very weird with the penalties. Let's just have a look at what happened to Keith here. He goes into the chicane. And just clips the grass on the outside. It's going into a slide that he's not going to be able to recover from. And bang, hits the wall. Luckily, there's no damage on GT7, so he's all right. But bit of a dented pride, but nothing worse, luckily. So last lap of the race then, Hugh leads the race, sparking the wall and risking life at the front of the field. Here into the first corner, Tim second. Fast lap of the race from Tim, 25.3. Everyone's pushing now, 25.9 for Woo Woo, his personal best. 25.4 for Bids, his personal best. Absolutely brilliant stuff here. Tim 26, but still keeping it consistent. Sorry, Tim 25. Sorry, Hugh 26, keeping it consistent. There we go. I'll get there in the end. So the battle for third's still on here, and the battle for first still on really, because I mean, Hugh's not got a massive gap to Tim. I mean, if you look on board, that's the gap, so it's not too far at all. And then you've got Woo Woo with Bidster behind him. Then we've got Neil Farmack, he's alone with MGR. Then we've got Rod on his own, then Keith, and then TY. So they're all a bit more spread out. But let's have a look at the top runners then. So Woo Woo and Bidster, probably the closest cars physically on track at the moment. Again, we are on the last lap of the race. Into the oval we go. Everyone's trying to close up on each other here. Which is going to sound on the stream still good. I think it's okay for now, so we're all good. And down to the Le Mans chicane then we go from the oval at Daytona. Looks like I'm going to hold positions for now. Hugh, there's going to be penalties that decide this. If there's any penalties for anyone out of this last chicane, we'll have to see what happens. But Bid's closing up on Woo Woo. Will he go for the move into the Le Mans chicane? He's going to have a look. He's going to the inside. He's having a little look on the inside. He's got to try and have a go. But there's no way through there. And now he's going to have to use the draft of Woo Woo out the corner. Is there any penalties to worry about? Is there going to be anything that springs up here? No, Hugh's not got one, Tim's not got one, neither has Woo Woo or Bidster, but it's going to be a close race for these two. Bids to the outside, goes high on the banking. Hugh's going to win the race though. Josh is going to win the race here at Daytona. And it's going to be a close finish for third. We'll have to come back to that in a moment. But Hugh G wins the race. Josh wins from Tim in second place. And third is going to be Bidster, just by thousandths of a second from Woo Woo. Absolutely incredible race between them two there at the line. Neil's going to finish in fifth. Then it's going to be MGR in sixth position. Seventh place, we're going to have Love Rocket Rods, Mr. Rodders in seventh place. I know we've got TY spun at the last chicane again, so TY's race again goes from bad to worse. Rodders finishes in seventh place. And a little spin across the line, why not? There's no one else around here, why not have a bit of fun? Keith in eighth place, up to him. and TY will be 9th, and kicking himself. Not the best race there for TY. And the lap time show in the 30s. Not enjoying this car at all, so unlucky for TY. So your winner is Hugh. Well done to Hugh, and that was the Mazda MX-5 race from Daytona. So for those of you on the stream, we're not done yet. Let's exit that, and then let's go and look at another one. So let's my items. That's replays, and down. We've got lots of replays still to go in this. Okay, so we've watched that one. We can get rid of that one. Get some more room back. I will do a stream of some of the longer replays, the endurance ones. I might do them as actual videos though, because it might be a bit easier to do it in little bits at a time. We will see how we go with that. Let me know what you want to see. But we can have a look now at one of the races from our Honda Civic races that we did a while ago. I can't remember the name of the championship for the life of me, so I'm just going to have a quick look at what that was. I think it was... so let's have a quick look, guys. So I'll be one moment. Just have a look at what we called this one. I can't remember. I think it was a Saturday championship. I think. Yes, it was. It was. Let me have a look, guys. Sorry, yeah, it's just the Civic Touring Cup. Yeah, that's just So, yeah, quite a simple name. Just forgot the name of it. So, right, there we go. So, we're at Saint Croix. We are in the Civic Type R EK touring car, and there's quite a few people in this race, so we'll see how we go. So, standing start here. Let me just check. No, we are on. Yeah, we are doing a formation lap first. So I'll just whiz through the formation lap a little bit, and we can get the order through in a moment. So we're just doing a formation lap, warm up the tyres. So. Actually, let's have a look at some of these liveries, actually, because some of the liveries on this championship were very good. So we've got the Flymo livery for Dwayne Pipe. Very fun name there. That's MGR. He altered his nickname at this point. We're going through a nickname phase. Keith in the Caterpillar car. So we all went for a sort of like a building merchants or like I think it was like gardening or gardening or agriculture sort of stuff, or like sort of building material sort of liveries. So got Flymo, so we've got a lot of definition of a lawnmower. We've got the Caterpillar car for Keith, Caterpillar equipment. We've got other equipment, obviously, and other brands are available, but we are just for the fun of it, making the cars look nice with these particular brands and sponsors. So Craftsman for JP. We have Cyrex in he's advertising Honda with a Honda, and he's got a novice sticker on the back, and I can tell you he's not a novice. We've got New Holland for TY, so the tractor New Holland for TY. Neil Farmack is running the McCulloch. They're another agricultural and sort of like a brand. Bidster running Black & Decker, I'm sure we've all heard of that one, the orange and black, and Bidster gets to run his colours and a different sponsor. Woo again with another one with a novice stick on the back, but he's not a novice. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, and Callum running the JCB, but in our orange sort of LPB livery. So very good looking cars there, a lot of effort put into the cars, so good to see. Now let's get the grid lined up, so we're going to all line up on the grid here. We're all lined up into position, so we've not got the best view from the start, unfortunately, but let's see what happens. Let's go to Good Keith's car, so we'll get from the start. So here we go, sports hard tyres for everyone, revving up, and away we go. The front wheel drive car scrambling for grip as we head down towards turn 1. Keith gets an awful start. For Keith, he's gone right to the back of the field. So everyone else at the front then. TY takes the lead then. TY in the New Holland tractor mobile takes the lead from Cyrex. Callum goes up to third from near the back of the grid, so Callum moves up to third. Epic stuff. We'll have to do these cars again at some point, because they are brilliant cars to drive. Bidster through in 4th place. The hill into the little dip at St. Croix. Oh, they've got a car off on the grass. It's JP on the grass, hitting the grass there in the background. Everyone swapping positions there as we come onto the right-hander, onto the bridge. Slides too wide yet. That's all. No, we're okay back there. Is everyone back here okay? Dwayne, MGR, Dwayne Pike back in 6th place, ahead side by side with Neil Farmack now. To the front runners, we've got Callum and Cyrix side by side over the bridge. Next corner's left-hander, so Callum should have the inside line for that one. Brilliant stuff by Callum, moves to the inside. Cyrix now got Bidster for company. The 2 orange cars making progress here. TY trying to, literally trying to run away from everyone. Brilliant sound from these Hondas. The 20 engines revving the nuts off them. There we go, down the straight, pulling the power now. JP and Dwayne Pipe close together as well. Keith not too far behind, and Woo Woo's had an incident somewhere, so he's been off the track. Meanwhile, back to the front of the field, we've got TY still in the lead, Callum 2nd, Cyrix having a look, no, 3rd place for him. And JP and Neil Farmack close together. I think Neil ran a bit wide there. But he's okay. Dwayne Pipe having a massive slide in the Flymo, so don't turn into a Flymo, Dwayne Pipe, otherwise you'll actually literally be hovering everywhere. Oh, there's a twitch there as now Keith goes through on the inside. And there's a touch. There's a touch, and Dwayne Pipe runs very, very wide into the wall. And yeah, there was a little touch there. As in the meanwhile, in the background, Woo Woo having another massive slide there, so not good for Woo Woo. So across the line after lap 1 then, it's TY in the lead, Callum 2nd, Cyrix 3rd, but will it be for long? Because Bidster's moved alongside him into turn 1. Bidster has a look into turn 1 on the inside, Cyrix goes wide, Bidster goes through. Looks like he let him through, but I don't think he intended to do that, but we'll see. But Bidster moves up to 3rd then. Neil Farmack back in 4th, JP's not doing too bad in this one. JP in 6th place. Johnny, another one of our racers. Very clean racer is JP. Not the fastest racer yet, but in time I'm sure he will be. And he's definitely showing his credentials here, putting the pressure on Neil Farmack, the championship regular. The championship regular down in 7th place, Dwayne Park 8th. Now let's still go back to near the front. We've got Bidster and Cyrix still close together. Cyrix trying to stick with Bids here. Bids doing not a bad job here. Cyrix right behind him. Right together. Still on board with Cyrix actually. Listen to this Honda 6th gear, almost off the 6th gear. Down through the gears. To 3rd, turning in. Bidster's running wide. Wide there for Bids. We're going to get a run. We're going to give him a little tap just to try and encourage him a little bit. I think Cyrix is in more of a mood to try and work together and something closer on the guys in front. A little short shift to 5th gear. And pull onto the straight. Brilliant driving here from everyone. And we're going to go straight into 6th gear. Let it sing. We're closed up on Bidster now in the draft. And again, a little tap. Again, we're trying to work together. Singing that Honda. Absolutely singing with the gearbox. Down through the gears, everyone's running the same thing. I think it's the normal gearbox that's in the car, so it's quite a short ratio, short throw gearbox. There's Neil Farmack, he's got JP not too far behind. There's JP's on board. There's Keith exiting the same corner. We've got Woo Woo back in 8th. No, Dwayne Pipe's gone back down to 9th place, so something's happened to him, so he's gone back down the order. So let's get off the inside car view now. Let's go back to the front. So TY holds the race at the front in 1st place, 2nd place for Callum, 3rd for Bidster, just again, Cyrix right behind him. Again, is Cyrix still happy to help push along Bidster, or is he going to try and get past him again? Because I mean, I don't think Bidster's closing on the cars in front, hopefully. So, might be worth Cyrix having a little go at him and see if we can get the place back. But for now, we are line astern, holding position. There's one onto the grass. Again. Not close, well, he's close enough to have a go, but he's not choosing to have a go yet, is Sarex. Braking into the left-hander. Power on. Yeah, not many battles in this one just yet, but it could develop into some, you never know. Could develop. There goes Neil Farmack. 5th place. So yeah, with the archive of videos I've got, guys, I'm going to try and work down my videos that are actually on. That I need to get. Yeah, I'm going to work on the long videos next, I think, as well. To get some of them done, because that'll be a bit more room for me in my save stuff. And I've got a long way to go to catch up with the modern day stuff, modern day championships as well. So I'm hoping to at some point in the next half a year to get. Oh, it's Sarex has a moment, Biz has a moment, and then Sarex joined him. So whatever Biz does, Sarex says I can do better, and also I can make more wheel spin and make my tyres light up. Yeah, nice one. But yeah, I'm hoping at some point to get more time to stream. Just with the work situation at the moment, it's not ideal, but I wouldn't mind trying to get this channel to grow and get more people involved. But obviously, you know, it's going to be slow progress, but we'll see how we go. We'll try it and see if it works out. And we'll have another hope, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, don't forget to do all that following and all the usual Twitch stuff and all the usual other stuff from other channels. We'll plan to put the vlogs up at some point on YouTube as well, or other platforms. So, fastest lap of the race then is Callum just from TY. TY on a 33.4, Callum pushing hard on a 33.0 last time around. Bista absolutely smoking his tyres in 3rd place, saying whatever you can do, Sarex, I can do as well. Neil still 5th, JP still 6th, Keith 7th, 8th for Woo Woo, and Dwayne Pipe down in 9th. So, a bit more of a spread out track. TY's picked up a penalty. How has TY picked up a penalty? Let's have a look. Is it the last corner? No, it's not the last corner, it's there. So he must have cut the corner back here. Let's have a look. Oh, it's that. He got hooked up onto the curb, it cut the inside, and he didn't really make any ground there, really, but he still gave him a 1 second penalty to serve. So that's going to close up the battle for the lead quite dramatically then. So let's go back to normal time, and there we are. 1 second penalty for TY, and behind him, Callum will be running his hand together and thinking, right, now's the time to push. Let's go. Excuse me, the voice is going a bit weird again. So we've still got Bista ahead of Sarex. There's a black car in the background that is closed up on them with the name of Neil Farmer. Slowly closing up on these two. Into a 2:34.9 last time round. They're on a 37 and a 36. So Neil is on the move here. And Callum will be on the move shortly because TY will have a 1 second penalty to serve, which is like the equivalent of having a 2.5 second penalty or a 3 second penalty. So, because you have to slow down that much, by the time you serve the 1 second of slowing down, it takes you another 2 or 3 seconds to actually get back up to speed. So, we will see how this goes. So let's have a watch at this penalty then. TY, it will be, I think it's on the bridge. I think it might be somewhere else. I don't know where the penalty line is. Might be up towards the last quarter, actually, I'm not quite sure, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. TY is pushing like hell because he knows he's got the penalty. He's already 3/10 up in that sector from his fastest lap of the race. From Callum's fastest lap, sorry. Playing with the walls. Very, very close, just scraping a little bit. There's Bids the 3rd, still Sarex in 4th. Bids has pulled a little bit of a gap on Sarex now. Just intrigued to watch TY at the minute to see where this penalty line is going to be. Can't quite remember on St. Croix layout B where it is. Revving the car out at the Honda engines screaming for life. Pulling RPM beyond its belief and into the right-hander. Callum is still not far away. Callum's on a fast lap here as well. So TY's pushing, Callum's pushing. Yeah, it must be between the last corner and the start-finish straight. Yeah, it's come up here. You'll be forced to decelerate at the next penalty line. It's come up now. There we go. over the top of the brow. There it is. Slows right down. He's going to get back up to speed again. And now Callum's going, come here. But now TY, I think, is already back up to speed. So he's closed up a bit though. The gap is visually smaller, and TY runs wide out the last corner as well, which is not going to help him now. Callum is within drafting range, which will help him close up to TY now, even more than it was before. So the battle for the lead with 2 laps to go is on. Meanwhile, before we get to that, Bids is still third, 2:33.9, finally getting the 33s for Bids, 34 for Cyrex, Neil 35. So the gaps have evened out a little bit more there. JP with a penalty now, he's got to serve next time round, so that will mean that Keith might close up if they all keep the next lap clean. Woo Woo still in 8th, and Dwayne Pipe, Dwayne Pipe all over the road there, absolutely all over the road, not having a good race, and another half second penalty just for the insult to injury. So meanwhile, the battle for the lead now is on. Callum is right behind TY. The draft is helping. TY's pushing all over the place as well. The car's squirming from left to right, trying to stop the car, trying to push as much out of these cars as possible. Squirm on the way out as well on the curb. So this battle is definitely not over yet. TY down to the left-hander. Trying to tinker too much with the wall this time because he knows how close Callum is. He's got to try and keep it clean, keep it consistent. In the New Holland car and behind in the JCB, orange JCB colour. Callum. Both closing up to each other. 4/10 faster, not surprising for Callum this time round because he's got the draft as well. Bizter and Cyrex still the same gap between them. Any of the battles further back? I don't think so yet. No, Keith and JP's got a penalty to serve, so I'll look at that in a bit as well. Sorry, trying to get back to the leaders. There we go, that's the camera I wanted. So the battle for the lead is on. Let's go on board with Callum through the left-hander. Teetering with the edge of the track. Don't want to get a track limit penalty now. Callum will do all the work. And also TY that penalty as well last time, so we're okay this time, I think. So down over the crest towards the last corner. Into 6th gear. Down the gearbox to 4th. TY runs wide there. That's going to lose him time. Callum now in the draft, closing up. Will he ever go into turn 1? Will TY defend the line? I'm going to stay on board for this. Callum moves to the inside line. And there he goes, TY just brakes and lets him go through, doesn't even bother to fight it, which is strange for TY, but not what we wanted to see there really, but TY just let him go there. If that was me, I would have been elbows out fighting, but not the way it went, unfortunately. But Callum now takes the lead of the race, TY in second. Willie just thought, right, I'm just going to let him go, and then I'm going to try and stalk him for the rest of the lap. Then try and counter-attack. Let's look at these archive races. We need to do some more races on these kind of cars, these kind of tyres, because they are decent races. Yes, some of the track does get spread out sometimes, but they are fun cars to drive when they're like this, a bit loose, and just, you know, a car with a bit less grip than normal. A bit more grassroots, so to speak. Super sticky rubber, but Callum still leads then from TY. Bizter in 3rd place, Cyrex 4th, Neil Farmack dropping back from him actually a bit more now in 5th. JP 7th, he did serve that penalty. Keith isn't actually quite close to him. Oh, he had a slow lap last time round. It was about another second slower than Johnny, so than JP. So Keith losing a bit of ground there. Woo Woo's now catching up to him, so he might have to watch his nerves a little bit more there. But with the time that's left, I don't think there'll be time. So TY now, he's going to be close enough to try and catch up to Callum, but with his body language through turn 1, I think TY's pretty much given up on the win already. So given up on the win a bit too soon. I mean, he did break quite a lot before turn 1 to let Callum go through. So there shouldn't be an issue with the car because it is a sim racing game, so there shouldn't really be an issue. But TY's run wide there, so TY not feeling it at the minute, and looks like he's going to have to settle for 2nd place. it is going to be it looks like it's going to be a Callum win over the curb down towards the last corner of the race. Callum's done a good job here. He's caught and passed TY. Not the hardest pass in the world. It was very easy with TY letting him go through, but Callum tapped all the way out of the last corner and wins the race here at St. Croix in the Honda Civic Cup. Well done to Callum. He wins the race. TY in second place after letting Callum go through. Bidster holds on to third from Cyrex in fourth place. Neil Farmack will finish in fifth place in the black and yellow car. He's slowing down right at the line. Why? But he's slowing down. JP is going to finish in sixth place. A good sixth place for JP, and good job. Keith will hold on for seventh place ahead of Woo Woo in eighth. And Dwayne Pipe, after having that just sums up his race. Not the best race at all for Dwayne Pipe, and we'll not let him suffer anymore. And yeah, well done to Dwayne Pipe for surviving, I suppose. But your winner in the other orange car is Callum. Callum, an epic win there for him in the JCB coloured car. Let's have a look at the car, because the car liveries are working quite good for this. There he is with the Callum on the side of the car. Okay, brilliant stuff there, and that was the Honda Civic Cup. And that, guys, will be the end of streaming for today. Thank you for joining, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.